Hi guys, it's Jane speaking, VP for Cambridge ACS. I hope you guys are doing amazing. So, not too long ago, we held our annual Christmas formal dinner, which was such a success. And one of the reasons why it went so well was because we had none other than NSG Papii Abz in attendance, and he was such a vibe. In this interview, he shares some words of wisdom and gives us an insight into his life as a creative, a musician, a fashion enthusiast, a business owner, and more. So I hope you guys enjoy, and apologies for the sound issues. And make sure to keep an eye out on the questions on the screen, and let's get straight into the interview.
OT bop, oh we go. OT what? OT bop. Take that bag, make him hold this grub. Run into the plug, tryna double this stuff. Now I'm dodging all the calls.
It's normally organically done, innit? Like, it's like my schedule, go to studio. But I'd say maybe, I probably said this before, but options. It wasn't really, not funny, sorry, but when J5 made a beat for about 30 minutes to an hour, we were just dancing. No one said any lyric. The beat was just on loop and was just dancing. And then an hour later, we're like, yo, we need to record. And now we have that's our biggest song till today. So it's just like the vibe was there from the jump. Yeah. Oh yeah, those guys will take a long time to record, but they know who they are. If I was to name names, maybe MJ and Dope. Yeah, they're the main culprit. See, this is my fact, innit? Afrobeats is the greatest genre ever. It's the greatest, I promise you. Some people may not realize it, but they'll realize it soon enough. I mean, have the passion for it and just understand that practice makes progress. I mean, the more you do something repeatedly, you'll get better at it. Like, you can't start today and look at someone that's been working and doing that thing for 4 years, be like, yeah, that's where you should be there, but it takes that work. You have to put in that work. And just understanding that life's like a staircase, man. You grow. You actually just grow, you know what I mean? You know, the more time, like, I remember my first few sessions, studio, like, lyrically I wasn't the greatest, even just understanding the sounds. But now, like, after over a decade been doing it, it's second nature, you know what I mean? And I hear a beat, I know what I want to talk about, sort of what angle I'm taking it, you know. And concept-wise, yeah, just understanding that you just have to be consistent at it. And then you'll see that you'll grow into it. Like anything, even when I was working retail a while back, I remember my first day in John Lewis, yeah, I was on the tills. I mean, I'm gonna mess up. But months after, they wanted to make me like leader or whatever. You know what I mean? So you learn. Once you do something constantly, you learn. You know what I mean? So anything you want to do, anything you want to pursue, looking ahead is tough. But once you start doing it, it gets easier. I mean, I was born, I'm a unique being. And as long as I express myself to the best way possible, because again, my music for me is my form of expression. I express myself in music. So things I say, how I dress, as long as I stay true to who I am, I feel like Papii Abz or Abdul, who I am, yeah, will always come out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
And again, kind of on this sort of advice, you know that you've been giving good advice. We saw a lot of your top TikTok videos,
That was funny,
from
man.
the beginning of the year, where you were giving people loads of advice. So on that note,
see, I wouldn't even say it's like a responsibility type of thing. Yeah, I'm not responsible for anyone's doing, or do as you please. You know what I'm saying? But it's one of them was like, I feel like, because how I grew up, like my mom, like certain things she'll say just before leaving the house, it just sticks, you know, constantly. And I'll start saying it in my songs, or I'll just start saying it when I'm making videos, like naturally. So I feel like everything I do kind of comes naturally. Things I say in my music, again, like I said, is an expression of me in it. So those advice, I didn't even know I started posting them because it was just all of my draft. And then my little sister saw it and she's on TikTok. She was like, "Oh no, you should post them. Like, it's good." But But again, like I said, I won't feel like I won't say I feel responsible, but I mean, I never want to put a sort of negative image out there of myself, you know, or just because I know the eyes are on me, like there's people watching. So what I do say, I think twice about the things I put online. I'm not the type, if I have a negative opinion about something, I won't put it out there. I keep it to myself type thing. You know, positivity breeds happiness. You just have to be positive. You know, that's what the world needs. So I just keep it that way. And if you take from me, you take from it. But you're not paying. If you're paying me without paying me, I can say it's my responsibility. But ain't nobody paying me. Yes. Yes. I mean, area bar, that was a difficult project because obviously the area bar situated in Ghana, that came around from just us as individuals. As aside from the music, we love to party, and that's how we started. Like from 16, going to the party, and then with our NSGs in the building, dancing, and before like opening a bar, it's very fitting to who we are. Like it's not a business. It's not a business that you're gonna be like, why are they doing that? Oh, why did tap tap? You know. So it's like it's a bar, the music, vibe is very fitting to us. And also, we go back home a lot. So it's just like, when we go back home, we wanted to go. Because if you go back home in December, it's a lot. So you kind of want your own spot. So after a few times, we just decided, we could do it. Why not do it? It was a headache, but that's fun. I mean, like we learn a lot trial and error. Because it was our first one, there was just a lot more errors, but thank God, you know what I mean? We learn from it. Oh, I like that question. I've got one that I sing almost every morning. I sing it so much, even like my family members know it when I'm around. Um, it's by an artist, Nigerian artist. Actually, I've got a few. What am I talking about? I've got a few. Okay, there's that one old school song, yeah. It's by an artist called Jesse King. It's called Yuba Yuba. It's a proper African song. But I know that stuff from head to toe. Yuba 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 Ile Aye Ido Yuba. But what he's saying is so deep. And obviously I'm from Oyo State in Nigeria, and he's like kind of bigging up like my part of Oyo. So it just hits home. And then there's another artist from Nigeria again, T.I. Blaze. He's got a song. The song's called Sometimes. Yeah. And he said, sometimes food no they give man joy, but can you now the feeling is different. From when you're shanking, but no lose guiding, low life with boss. Why life come hard? Man don't want to do bad, because I know one suffer later. You may say life's hard, and it makes you want to do, the stuff you don't want to do, but you don't want it to come back. You'll suffer later. You know what I'm saying? And that's like me to the T, because like I know I'm raised and whatnot, but I've been exposed to so much of this world, these worldly things that you don't need it in it. But because I'm so exposed to it, it's very tempting. You know what I mean? But also calm and just so I never tap into it. So I'd say honorable mentions to those. As for my favorite verse, I got two. We've got Daily Duffy, part 2. You know what's so funny? My mom, she said she nearly cried when she heard that verse. Yeah. So I won't even say, you don't go check that one out. Yeah, and Petite, that my verse. I put the fashion in. I feel I was feeling myself on that one. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like I came on.
Moving the question slightly English. What's your first impressions? I know you entered.
I love this place. I can't lie. I'm very much I'm big on energy, and I feel like this is such an environment where I feel like I can get work done. We walk past the fountain. Yeah, it looks pretty. I love things that look good. I see a bunch of arts and painting and everything. That stuff like that inspires me. I do this thing of if I look at something twice, I'll take a picture of it. I'll understand why I took I'll understand why I looked at it twice later on. For example, this painting behind me.
Yes, I saw you.
Yeah, because I walked in, I was like, and then when I sat down, I looked at it again. So yeah, no, I love first impression. So far, so good. Yes. Therapy. Yeah. How do you not know? How do you guys know that?
We did our research.
Damn. But yeah, no, I went to University of Hertfordshire. This sports therapy.
Yeah, no. So, what made you go to the music route instead of doing sports?
Yeah, I love sports, like fitness in general, health as well. But why did I do the music? Music was more of a. I just love music.
Yeah.
My love for music came from my love for dancing. Like I love dancing before music, but the two is, intertwined. And I feel like when you think about the greats, Michael Jackson, even Beyonce, they incorporate both singing and dancing. So yeah, music it allowed me to express my ability to dance, and my brothers, I've been doing this music thing for over a decade or so. They kind of inspired me because my love for dancing, but they love music so much that I was around them a lot, and then just happened naturally. I feel like those environments are the best place to do them in. When they don't expect it, when they least expect it, that's when you have to double down and show them. But like you said, the balancing, I think life is all about balance. Like I look at, when you're making a pizza and then different type of toppings and whatnot. I feel like life is like that. You just kind of have to have different aspects to it, and just being able to learn. So my creative mind, when I apply it in comparison to my academic mind, when the way I'll apply, just keeping my brain active, even like the sports side of things, or even financially, like. So when you're dabbling in different things, your brain's active, and just that kind of allows you to excel. So to those that are well-rounded people, keep it up. And when you're doing more than one, when you have the options, one thing can go, wow, and that's it. Once that one thing goes, it seems through everything else. I mean, rather than having one thing and then it's like you don't know, you're not sure. So you know what I mean. It's good to have options. Peppy's. That's another project that I'm going into, events, but just not your ordinary events. For me, charity starts at home. Hence the name Papii Abz. It's like I want that vibe of that family feel when I do things. So I did a launch, and I launched in Zambia, Lusaka. The reason why I launched in Zambia was just because the idea originally came from pandemic times, like COVID year. I used to be on live a lot, and I used to just interact with people, and I was interacting a lot with people from Zambia. So they were kind of there with like at the very the foundation of this idea. So I felt like going back there to give back to them, like you guys kind of blessed this idea, or you made this happen. So I launched it there, and it was the craziest reception. Like the feedback has been amazing. So I'll be launching in London soon. But again, it's an events company, but it's not just your party, not ordinary parties. Nah, I want to put a twist to it because I like to explore, I like to adventure, and just have fun. And you know what? Having people around, when energy is in the room, we can create so much. For that question, I say timing. Timing, because I've always loved fashion, and yeah, I've always loved fashion, and I felt like the time would be right when I'm satisfied with where I am musically. And after releasing our debut album, getting recognition globally, being able to tour places that I've never been, that I've been able to now go there for the music, Africa, Asia, Australia, You know what I mean? You're at different places. I feel like, okay, now I've got time now to kind of cater to something else. And the fashion was the first one because naturally I take pictures and fashion's every day, you know. So it didn't feel like, oh, I had to get down to the drawing board, start planning ideas. It just happened. I know I'm pleased that again this I'm not having to alter myself or anything. My favorite things to wear right now, yeah, trousers. I wear a lot of smart trousers. I don't know why I love trousers lately. It's crazy. You rarely see me in jeans or joggers. I'm in trousers a lot, like proper smart work trousers. And I think it gets me like it's a mental thing of working type of thing. Um, Mesh tops as well. But I think this is just based because I'm going gym now, innit? So I'm gassed. I like to feel good. You know what I mean? When I'm stuck on outfits what to wear, I'll wear both of them and see which one do I feel a bit more. And in terms of like any trends, do as you please. Like there's no, I'll never put nah. Do as you please because again, like I said, it's how you feel. I can't tell a neighbor like, why you just like that? Maybe they feel good in that, and that's what matters. Once you feel good, you're able to maneuver this world at your own pace in a different light. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. My goat, Skepta. I love Skepta, man. From Jump. Right. Skepta's off. And he obviously does he does mains as well. And that brand is hard. So Skepta, big up Skepta. And yeah, and my man them as well. SG, them drip guys, man, drip lords. Obviously, that's me not being biased in it. You know what I mean? And the reason why, aside from me, yeah, I'd say I feel like I'm the best dressed NSG member. What do you guys think? I think I am in it. I think I am. And if it's not me, I'd say OGD. You know what I'm saying? And that's just honestly speaking.
Wraps it up for our first ever ACS interview. A big thank you to Papii Abz for joining us
Thank you
today,
very much.
and I hope you enjoy Cambridge.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me. God bless.